Hi, this is Ashley with Elitehaus. I'm here to give you a little bit of an overview of some of the things that we work on in our puppy training programs. With these guys, this little litter, as you can see, they're started off very early with litter box training, and then they move on to crate training once they're old enough. And we'll go over crate training in depth here. So as you can see with this puppy, she's coming out of her crate when released, going back in her crate very willingly. We want that crate to be a safe and comfortable place for them. Crate training is very important as it keeps your puppy safe, it keeps them from practicing bad habits, and it makes potty training much easier on them and you. So as you can see, this girl is doing an excellent job. She waits until she's released to come out. Her handler can close the door on her, can open that door back up, and she stays in place until she is verbally released from the crate. This is an excellent way to crate train. We don't want them to have a bad experience with the crate. Again, we want this to be a happy place and a safe place for them. And as you can see, the puppies next to her in their crates are learning how to be settled and quiet even when a lot of commotion is going on next to their crate. And they are doing fantastic with that as well. So crate training is definitely something that we focus on. It is something that you will need to continue doing once your puppy comes home as well. Along with that, we obviously take our puppies out on a schedule. Don't expect your puppy to let you know when they need to go outside. This is not a realistic expectation for puppies this age. But as you can see, this puppy knows the drill. He goes out to the grass and he potties immediately, and we give them a nice reward so that we encourage this behavior. So along with potty training, we're also going to be working on discouraging chewing or jumping on furniture, counter surfing, begging for food, this type of stuff. This is an area here where we practice all of these things regularly, and puppies also go home with their handlers. So as you can see here, we also work on our puppies sitting politely and waiting to be released through open doors. So this is going outside and coming back inside. And you can see this puppy is very willingly sitting on his own, waiting to be released to go through that door. So in our programs, we do focus on exposing our puppies to a lot of different things. We want to make sure that they have seen a lot of stuff so things aren't going to be distracting or scary to them when they go to their new homes. As you can see, this puppy has excellent focus on his handler, even with a bicycle riding around him repeatedly. We expose our puppies to all types of things like this that they might see when they're out and about in the real world. So this includes things like cars, scooters, other dogs and animals, a variety of people, different ages, wearing different things, going up and down steps, seeing water fountains, even things like vacuum cleaners can scare some puppies. So we do a lot of exposure with those kinds of things. Also people with walkers, and a variety of other noises like fireworks, gunfire, car horns, that kind of stuff. And then when puppies are old enough, they do start going on outings with their handlers. So they go to places like feed stores, hardware stores, restaurant patios, outdoor events when they're held, and they get a lot of other exposure and socialization during those events. They get to see a lot of people and a lot of different things, big crowds, stuff like that. And as you can see, this puppy, he's got excellent focus on his handler even with stuff going on. So he's very, very willingly heeling next to his handler. He's exhibiting automatic sits already, which is fantastic at this age. He's just doing very, very well. And this is exactly what we like to see. He's just doing fantastic, and we'll see a lot more of this type of thing on our other videos where we're focusing more on the actual obedience of the puppies in our individual programs. So with this puppy, she's actually working with a clatter stick. So it is a stick, it makes a lot of noise. and she's just tapping him on the back with it. This isn't anything that would hurt the puppy. This is just another kind of distraction that we want them to get used to and not be bothered by any loud noises or anybody tapping them. Obviously, you can see this puppy is very, very focused on his handler and having no problem with this. And this is just a jug filled with some rocks. So obviously this is a pretty loud noise for these guys, especially to be right over the top of their heads. But this is something that we expose them to just so they're used to a lot of different things, and these guys are not being bothered by this. Even that jug's thrown right next to him, he doesn't care. He's all about his handler. Another thing here, so this is a teeter-totter. So we do want to expose our puppies to different surfaces and things, so that's definitely a good way to expose to an unsteady surface. And you can see this puppy is enjoying tunnel training here, and little jumps. This is a good way to build confidence in our puppies. Along with the exposure exercises, we do a lot of handling exercises. So you can see this puppy's got his ears being messed with, his mouth being looked in. He has no problem with this kind of stuff. We want our puppies to be very familiar with this, because when they go to the vet for exams, or they're getting their teeth brushed, or getting their nails done, anything like that, we want them to be comfortable and not be scared or difficult for their owners. So we do this quite often. We want to make sure we can touch every part of them and they're not going to complain. So like here, she's checking in between his toes. He doesn't particularly like it, but he knows that it's just going to happen, and then he'll get some rewards and good pets afterwards. So it's fine. What a good boy. He's loving the pets. And here you can see this puppy's getting his nails dremeled. This is something that we do routinely so that they're used to having this done. We usually do this every few days to keep those nails nice and short. We both clip them with regular clippers and do the Dremel just so they're used to both. So that way when they go home, they can have both done and they're used to either one. You can see this puppy is just hanging out with his handler. She's just messing with him, messing with his teeth, poking around in his mouth, that kind of stuff. He's got no problems with this, messing with his ears, all that kind of stuff, so he's used to it. You can see the puppy in the background doing obedience. So this puppy obviously is getting a bath. This is another thing that we do periodically with these guys, not only to keep them clean and everything, but just so that they're also used to that for when they go to their new homes. We don't want them giving their new owners any trouble when they're trying to give them baths or dry them. We also do our blow drying with these guys and make that a good experience for them too. So if that's something the new owner wants to do, they don't have a problem with it. It is something that needs to be introduced correctly and in a good way, because it is loud and can be kind of scary for puppies. So the way we introduce it, it's a very good experience for them. So along with just routine grooming, our puppies are obviously put on some heartworm prevention, along with flea and tick prevention, which deworms for intestinal parasites as well. And we do their routine puppy vaccinations. So not only is this the distemper, hepatitis, parvo, parainfluenza, and lepto, depending on their age, we also include kennel cough vaccines, and if they're old enough, rabies vaccines. And you can see this little guy is getting dried off. We do towel drying first to get the majority off. And he's giving his handler kisses after his bath. And then the blow drying process here. So you can see his handler is actually giving him food while he's getting blow dried. So this is still a pretty young puppy. So he's not had this done a whole lot yet, so we're making it an excellent experience for him. So later on, it's no big deal for him. He knows it's a good thing and nothing to be worried about. And again, if you all would like to learn more about the actual obedience work that we do with our puppies, please check out our individual program videos that go into more detail about what each program teaches. Thanks.